Good afternoon, traders. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report. Let's check what is going on the markets. I think that the most important thing happened yesterday. As for the forex market, happened on the cable, on the pound, because yesterday we got information that European Union and UK dropped all the major cases, and now the most important issue is the border with Ireland, and so there are no major arguments between those two parties, just this Irish border, which was a good information for the British pound. Thursday, also we had a huge drop on the Bitcoin because apparently Goldman Sachs is dropping the idea about the cryptocurrencies trading desk. And based on that info, Bitcoin went significantly lower yesterday, and today even Bitcoin is extending the losses. And the price is going sharply down. Okay. Now let me show you the calendar. So far we got GDP from Switzerland. Data much better than expectations, 3.4 instead of 2.4. That is really huge change. I don't know who calculated those, but anyway. And today we have a pack of data from US. ISM non-manufacturing PMIs, we'll have PMIs from market, we'll have initial jobless claims as always, ADP employment change, so definitely a lot will be happening. Tomorrow we will have non-farm payrolls. It's not the, well, it is the first Friday of the month, so we will have non-farm payrolls and GDP from Eurozone. So as for the fundamentals, situation British pound, which gained sharply yesterday but gave back some gains after that, and now we're more or less mixed. And also the drop on the Bitcoin. These are two most important issues from the fundamental point of view. First, I will start with three instruments that I mentioned on the trading sniper video. So euro dollar, which finally created left shoulder head and right shoulder of so created inverse head and shoulder formation. There is horizontal support here, and this horizontal support you probably know because this is ultra important resistance here, here, here. It was a resistance here, it was a support here, here. And now it was, most recently it was broken. That was the false breakout, the price came back, and now we tested that twice. H4 chart is especially positive for the buyers, long tail, and now long tail. Inverse head and shoulder formation can be seen on H4, can be seen on H1, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, broken neckline, upswing, first contact with this local resistance, and then, well, we have a head and shoulder formation right now, but the thing is the sentiment is definitely positive. We have this downtrend line, we have this downtrend line right now. Price closing above the orange area and the red line will be a proper buy signal for this instrument. So there is a buy sentiment on euro dollar. Let's check gold, because gold is having a proper buy signal as we speak. So what's happening here is those green lines is a flag formation, flag as a trend continuation pattern. So an upswing, flag, upswing. We do have this horizontal support, the price broke it, use that as a support. Today we're breaking the upper line of the flag, we're bouncing from this horizontal support. Price closing above the green area is a proper buy signal. Buy signal will be confirmed once the price will close above 23.6. Once the price will close 23.6, we should aim at 38.2. So the sentiment on the gold is positive. And this is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin yesterday, yeah, that was a big drop. We removed the gains from whole September. But today we're extending those losses and the price is wiping out the gains from the last 2 weeks. So 2 days wiped out the gains from the last 2 weeks. What's happening here is that's pretty typical descending triangle, I'm sorry. So drop, correction, drop, smaller correction, drop, smaller correction, drop, smaller correction, drop. The most probable, this is nothing unusual, guys. This thing is happening. So all over the market. So current target is the $5,900, $5,800 for one Bitcoin. According to the technical analysis, we can have a small bounce here, then a test, and then eventually we should see the breakout and the Bitcoin falling significantly lower. So well, the bottom of the bubble is for now is here, because that the fact that the bubble popped, well, I think it's clear here. But we should see the breakout here, and then the next target is $3,000 for Bitcoin, and this is the place where it can finally stop all those traders who bought here will be out, and then maybe we'll start a normal upswing. So this is the situation on the Bitcoin right now. And those were those three instruments that I mentioned. Also, I want to show you British pound to Canadian dollar, because this is one of the instruments that one of our analysts mentioned in his report. I think our analyst from I'm gonna actually check or from Indonesia or from Brazil. Let me see. I haven't seen this setup yesterday when I was analyzing charts myself. Yes, our analyst from Indonesia, Reno, found this setup. It's awesome because the British pound to Canadian dollar is after a bullish correction, tested the long-term downtrend line, tested the horizontal resistance, tested two Fibonacci levels, so 23.6 from this and 30.2 from this, and now it's going lower. So we had this upswing, we had another test, and now maybe if you're not convinced now about selling, okay, fair enough, but the price breaking the red line, which is supporting the correction, and price breaking the orange line, which is support, price getting here will be a proper sell signal, will be really a strong legitimate trigger to go short. So all the credits goes to Reno for funding this one. It's a nice setup. Now let's check our instruments from yesterday. So gold, as you can see, this information that we don't have any issues with Brexit anymore. Boom, upswing, come back. And this green line was later used as a resistance late in the Asian session here. And now we are trying to break this and use that as a support. The thing is that as long as we stay below the red area, the sentiment on cable is still negative. In the meantime, we found a great support here. Price bouncing from the green line and getting to the blue line will be a head and shoulder formation and a trigger to go short. Euro to Australian dollar was pushing higher, that was expected, but as you can see, finally, traders are thinking about taking profits, so they went deeper to this resistance, and by this resistance I mean the yellow area. They went deeper, they found a great resistance, and now we are having a bearish correction, which is not a trend reversal, but is an interesting occasion for a short-term sell. There is this first resistance, there is the second support, I'm sorry. I think that the price can go at least to the second support. Australian dollar to American dollar. The price broke this support, the price came to another support, and we marked that days ago. And we are wondering if that's gonna act as a support or not. Potentially, it was looking very strong, and it is working out as a support. The price is respecting this level. This may be a good occasion for a short-term buy. This setup is not encouraging. Maybe it's an inverse head and shoulder formation, but I don't see a potential reversal here. Short take profit action, yes, fair enough, but for the proper reversal we need to see the price above the orange resistance, which for now is not happening. Euro to Canadian dollar. We said yes that here the price has a lot of supports, so most probably they won't be able to break it, that the price will go higher and is going higher, but then we're having a correction. I would love to see the correction towards this line. Okay, let's change the color towards this line, and then from this point, boom. I would love to see this kind of movement. Euro to British pound, strongly influenced yesterday. Here, this movement, which probably triggered a lot of stop loss orders. Well, it's happening sometimes like that. The price stays below the important horizontal resistance. The scenario for the head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, is in place. So maybe we'll have a breakout of the neckline and drop. So this looks like an interesting occasion to sell, but only when the price will break this blue area. Euro to Japanese yen. Euro to Japanese yen bounced from the support and is climbing higher. So this is still a good occasion to buy. That's what we said actually a long time ago. We were expecting this correction to happen. This correction happened. This horizontal support was defended. Now most probably we'll see a continuation of the upswing. British pound to Australian dollar. Struggling with this horizontal resistance, tested that once, false breakout, tested that for the second time, also they cannot break it. It's hard to tell what will happen here because those movements are choppy. I don't like this kind of movements. I don't trade when I see this kind of setups, this kind of price swings. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. Obviously the better data from the Swiss economy is helping the price to go lower. Now the price is breaking the weekly dynamic support, which is pretty huge for this instrument and is a trigger to go short. We had a beautiful sell signal here. Well, unfortunately we didn't open this position, but it was really awesome. And now the price is trying to break this horizontal support. Okay. American dollar to Canadian dollar. So what is happening here? The price is creating a sideways trend. which is not very good for the buyers. Well, it is good for the buyers. It should result with the upswing. But the thing is that okay, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's good for the buyers still. We have this horizontal support. Maybe it will be broken, but we have another one. This is resistance, and breakout of the upper green line will give us a buy signal. The downswing can continue to the blue line, and it will not cancel the buy signal. So buy signal is as long as we stay above the blue line. Actually, the price getting here would, this is left shoulder head, and price getting here would create a right shoulder. Then we'll have a breakout of the neckline, and that would be a proper buy signal for the American dollar to Canadian dollar. I would love to see this kind of a price movement, because it would be very technical and it would be just nice for the eye. British pound to Japanese yen. Here we said that there is potentially a sell signal. Well, this yesterday's upswing canceled those, maybe not canceled, but paused those plans. We are still below the major resistance here. The price couldn't force it. So here we do have a combination of four resistances, as I told you yesterday. So long-term uptrend line, mid-term downtrend line, horizontal resistance, and a correction equality pattern. We tested that few days, last week we tested that here, and we after this two tests we are still under this resistance, which shows you the importance of this level. There is also an important support, and in my opinion, price breaking the orange area will be a proper sell signal for this instrument. So for now, maybe going here would be risky, going here would be less riskier, but you get less pips. Opening here gives you more pips, but it's less risky. That is a very common situation if you're a patient trader and you're waiting for the confirmation. Euro to New Zealand dollar. Euro to New Zealand dollar broke the horizontal resistance and is about to make a take profit action, because yesterday the price created this beautiful shooting star. This shooting star, look, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 bullish days in a row. Well, maybe this one is bearish, but open 31, close 28. Okay, but the difference is really small. Let's say 12 bullish days in a row. Now we have one bearish from yesterday, and this is an invitation for a take profit action. So the price here should go down and reach the clear horizontal support marked with an orange color, along with together with this midterm uptrend line, this green line. So it would be really nice to see something like this. Yes, that is a proper sell signal in the short term, and there will be proper buy signal in the long term. British pound to New Zealand dollar, try to break this horizontal, dynamic resistance. That is a symmetric triangle which can bring us a proper trading signal, but they failed. British pound was strong, but New Zealand dollar is also gaining some traction. So this is the sideways trend continues. We bounced with a long head from the horizontal, from the dynamic resistance. This is not. This sign is not good for buyers. The better sign for buyers would be price closing above that line, but most probably for that we'll have to wait a little bit more. And oil, WTI oil, after this daily candle from 2 days ago here, oil is suffering losses, left shoulder head, most possibly a right shoulder, and a further decline. Sentiment stays negative as long as the price is below this, let's say, green area. DAX broke the midterm support, is aiming long-term support With indexes, it's like that they love V-shaped reversals, like nothing happened. I wouldn't be surprised if the price did that, but I have to be fair with the technical analysis, right? So as long as the price stays above the green horizontal resistance, the sell signal is on and the price should aim the orange area. Price climbing back above the green area will be a false breakout here, and that will be a proper buy signal with a potential target here. Price closing above the dynamic green resistance will be a proper buy signal. The reason why Europe is bouncing is also the bounce on the American stock exchange. As you can see, we use the all-time highs from January as a support. The price respected that yesterday. The price is higher today. This is a flag. Breakout of the upper line of the flag will be a proper buy signal. And euro dollar, gold, Bitcoin, and British pound to Canadian dollar. So let me recap this situation for you. Cable, as long as we're below the red area, we are still in a negative territory, so no buy signal here yet, even despite the fact that we had a surge yesterday. Euro to Australian dollar, invitation for a take profit action, so a short-term sell. Australian dollar to American dollar, most probably a bullish short-term correction. Euro to Canadian dollar, short-term bearish correction and further upswing. Euro to British pound, most probably a drop. Euro to Japanese yen, a long-term buy. British pound to Australian dollar, no signal. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, sell. American dollar to Canadian dollar, short-term sell, long-term buy. British pound to Japanese yen, rather sell. Euro to New Zealand dollar, short-term sell or long-term buy. British pound to New Zealand dollar, rather sell. WTI oil, rather sell. DAX, as long as we stay below the green line, that is sell. S&P 500, rather buy. Euro dollar, rather buy. Gold, rather buy. Bitcoin, definite sell. And British pound to Canadian dollar, once the price will break the blue area, that will be a proper sell. So guys, we dealt with the market today, and you can see that we have quite a big number of the interesting trading setups. I like what I see. Maybe I will open a position soon. So thanks very much for attending the daily analytical report. For more trading occasions, you have to visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news. Especially that we had an example today that I didn't post a setup on British pound to Canadian dollar yesterday, but my colleague from Indonesia did on our Twitter account, and I liked it, and that's why I'm talking about the setup today. So it's always worth to check out the other analysts, what they see, what they know, what they are looking for, what they trade. Okay guys, thanks very much, and now have another break, and after that a webinar about technical analysis. All the best, good luck in trading.